Anyway, I'm Sterling. This is Tiffany. Chelsea. Say hi. Yeah, in the hammock over there. We're out today just lounging around in LBL with two of my daughters. And we've got to go back country. And playing around and stuff. And I'm noticing quite a few Greenbriers around. So I'm actually going to show you what a Greenbrier is. And what it looks like, obviously. And we're going to cook some meat here. And then we found some wood sorrels. We're going to make some tea out of wood sorrel. And I don't know, a few other things. And the mulberry tree over here, yeah, a huge mulberry tree. And the ground's got several mulberries under it. But of course, they're really early, so they're not really ripe yet. But still, I think I can show you what to look. Here is a young, tender Greenbrier. You can see its leaf is a little leathery. This is small, obviously, a little bigger. The leaves and these little tendrils here, and anything that is soft and pliable is edible. And as long as it's tender, and it can be tender up until early summer, actually. You want these little guys. They're pretty good to eat, and they can grow quite large. I'll show you one in a second here. It's up a tree, actually. And they're known because you'll be walking along in the woods and something grabbed and wrapped around your leg and saw you up. It's a Sawbrier or a Greenbrier. And it's also sarsaparilla. You make a tea out of the roots of these things. Anyway, let me go over here and show you some more. It's another one right here. Take and cut it down, and you cook and eat it like asparagus, actually. Let's see here. Here's a nice long one here. And you can see, come here, bring the camera. You can see this little tendril right here is wrapping around this leaf, and believe it or not, that's also another edible plant that I will show you in another video. But as long as, like I said, as long as it's tender, wants to give some. Cut it and get ready to eat it. Great ones right here, man. Those are so new. Look at that shoot. It's just straight up. Look how tender that thing is. Now, you can see here, like I said, they can get quite large. These guys are growing up that tree, and all that greenery up there that you see, all the way to the top, is Greenbrier that has taken over a cedar tree. So they can get quite lengthy, obviously, and the only part that's edible on them is the tender new growth, new shoots they call it, okay? And of course the roots to make a tea out of, or actually make a sarsaparilla out of. Let's find some more over here, if I can. Look how flimsy that is. That's off an old growth here where a deer has eaten that off right there at the top. Cuts it off, they do love them. And so it's trying to grow again. And of course you can do that. Ow, that hurt. You can actually prepare a place, cut all these shoots off. Of course the tops will die out, and then it will grow new shoots for the next year. If you so desire to do that. Good one here too, right? Well, the thorns are hard to soften up there. So we'll take it from here up. It's a little bit woody, not wanting to give. There we go. And one down here. Since I always have my camp gear with me, always. check a little bit ago. I actually have some olive oil to cook these in. So, looking forward to it. No salt. Couldn't find any salt. See all these little ends that are bitten off? That's where a deer have come through and just clean these guys out. And of course it'll have new growth, like right here. They're upside there, brand new growth coming up out of the thing, which is tender, succulent, and yummy. Down here, this thing is loaded with them. It's so awesome. And they also, I've actually made lean-tos out of these vines that are, you know, they're kind of pliable and stuff. Tied them together, and have made lean-tos that lasted like 2 years, just of being tied up with these vines. They're pretty. What do you call it? What's the word? Oh, useful. Good word for it, I guess. Versatile. That's the word we're looking for. Another little thing I was going to get is some wood sorrel or sourgrass. And people call that little pickles, little seed pods. It is an edible. Yeah, it's kind of sour and stuff. I've taught my kids to graze on it for a long time. You can't overeat with it because it could actually prevent the uptake of calcium from your food if you ate too much of it or drank too much of it. But it's still an edible that will get you through and or at least provide you something besides plain old water to drink when you're camping. And we're actually just walking down the, don't pull it up, just snip it off. If you can, pull that root off there. And take a little bit to make a tea with it. Let's see. It's amazing how much is out here you can actually eat on. I've seen several plants that I'm passing over. Just walk up this little road here. And just need a little more. There we go. A little more to make it, let's make the tea
more.
Pretty good. And you can see those little pickles, as the kids call them. It's got yellow blooms on it. In the woods, it has usually sometimes have a pinkish bloom on them. But you can tell by looking at them, they have a clover-like leaf. And you bite into them, they're kind of lemony tart. Anyway, that's probably plenty.
Pickles get bigger too.
Yep. And of course, it's everywhere here. Now with all the looking around and stuff for the Greenbriers I was trying to find, I forgot about the mulberries. So I'm going to come over here and show you the mulberries that I found, or the tree. It was planted this home place probably, who knows when. They're actually, yeah, getting close to it. They're everywhere actually, and see those little red berries on the ground there, and they are absolutely everywhere. Now those of course are getting pretty good size, and they're not ripe. And if you eat an unripe mulberry or an unripe shoot, the new leaves and stuff, they're quite good. Without cooking them, they have hallucinogens in them. And with this, let's see here, tree here, I can zoom in up there. You can see those leaves. They are much like a sassafras tree. And the fact that they have 3 types of leaves, 3 shapes. They have one like your hand closed or rounded, except these have, they're toothed, okay? One's like a mitt, or like a thumb, and the other's like, well, your 2 fingers, or 3 middle fingers together, and your hand out like this here. And they have a few other little weird shapes here and there too. That's the normal for a mulberry tree. And this guy, of course, is fairly old. Broken out a few times. The base of it is probably 10 feet around. And of course, they were brought here for the silkworms industry. But mulberries are the catch me out. They are very good. Now, a few other things too. Of course, there's more wild oats growing here. It's everywhere in here. I want to show you. I'm going to actually add to the Greenbriers that we harvested a little bit ago. Oh, there's a grape growing. It's edible as well. Is some onions. And they are actually getting quite mature. The seed head on there and stuff. Down here. Pull those bad boys up. I'm pretty sure that's onion. Oh, that's just dirt. Oh yeah, that's definitely onion. And like magic, my campware appears. Like I said, I always have it with me. I actually use it at work just to cook lunch sometimes. Love this little guy. And we have flamage. Okay, let's see. Look at my trusty kit here. That you love. Oil the olive. Man, oh man. A little bit level there. And my great big skillet. Normally I would use my cast iron skillet, but it's just a little bit too small for this. Oil the olive in there. A little more oil the olive. Don't be afraid of using oil the olive. Coat the pan. Man.
This is Sterling Carter.
This is me.
With olive oil and we will cook those.
Some onion. Throw that dude down. I'm just going to use the green, the chive part of this, because they're so incredibly strong. And if you peel the leaf fall down on it, well, it's instantly clean, which is good. One more leaf down there. See how that leaf falls off there? That inner part, real juicy and tender, full of flavor, and instantly clean. There we go. Doesn't take much. Oh, that smells so good. So good. Oh yeah, it smells great. Okay, that's what I got here. A little bit of
olive oil and chives.
Chives, yeah, wild chives, wild onions, really same thing, different animal. Okay, all good. This is a whole bunch of Sawbriers or Greenbriers or whatever you want to call them, and I'm going to just cut them in little pieces so they fit a little better in my pan, leaves and all. Now you should, if you happen like asparagus, just have the stems, obviously. But, you know what, I'm doing the whole thing because I'm lazy. I'll just be honest. A little more oil on there. Get this big guy out of there. It's like a tree laying in there. And as that cooks up, cook some moisture out of it, make all that popping going on.
Now we need some salt and pepper.
Need some salt and pepper. I don't have any that I've seen in my bag. Salt and pepper. I have Truvia for some tea. I've got a little alcohol stove. I've got little tea thingy doos. I don't know, anyway. But no flipping salt.
By the way, he calls
Okay, T-balls. Yes. Down the middle, right? Now when this is cooked, we'll get some water going to make some yummy sorrel tea. Get all the trash out of there.
By the way, that's sourgrass that he has in his hand.
Sourgrass. And it's so good. Not too sour that I don't like it. I don't like really, really sour things, but really good. It's really good. Tastes like either a lemon or green apple is a good way to describe what it tastes like. Just like a June apple, or you know. Just don't overdo it. That's the key. This is my little bug out bag pot. My little bug out bag stove. And of course, this is as well. Got all kind of little things. But I filled this pot to right about here. Heat that water up. I'm going to actually cut up this, or tear up these little sourgrass or sorrels here, bruise them up, and put them in this little teapot thing. To allow it to easily strain it out. And I'm not going to steep it, I'm actually going to boil it. Put that on the side. Come on then. There you go. And I'll drop the other one in there too. Crank the heat up. Turn the jet on. There we go. In my rummaging around, I've been to Crystal and to Sonic, and I happen to have both salt and black pepper for my greens. And I am somewhat thrilled about that. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this here on there. Of course, they're afraid to give you any pepper in the packets, and nearly afraid to give you any salt, but that's plenty of salt, that little bit right there. Let me stir that in some. And we'll pick out the ones that aren't so woody and stuff. Some are kind of not quite done yet. Some are a little, the more tender ones obviously are easier to cook. And my tea is almost ready. This in the bag there. It's about to come to a boil. So let it do its thing. While it's doing that, let's go over here and do some sampling.
You're the chef.
I am the chef. This is true.
Next time I get to cook.
Okay.
For real?
Yeah. Well, sure. I don't care if you want to cook. Now, let me find you. Here's your little tender one here.
Yeah.
Should be salted and peppered. There you go.
But you gotta find more though.
I got some more. Well, this ain't fair because you can't see where to find them at. I mean, I got all the work. That ain't good.
Well, how about you go do all the work and then I'll cook and you can eat.
Hey, Jeff. Come here. Just a little tender one out. Here's your first one here. Salted, peppered, and ready to go. Well, come on. Get out the hammock.
You make that taste good.
That hammock? Oh, that stick? Is it not good?
Way better with salt and pepper on it.
Oh, yeah. That is so good, isn't it?
But don't have a salt and
Some more?
pepper
Yeah.
on it. It's still pretty good. It does taste like asparagus.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you can get your own out there. There's more. I'll be nice to you if you like them. There you go. And there's some leaves.
I don't know, I kind of like this one better.
Do you?
It has more of a crunch.
Well, they're crunchier. They're not quite. They didn't look quite cooked done.
I think
That
it's,
bitch what? This enough?
Yeah.
Animal cracker and Greenbriers.
it's good actually, I promise. Has a little sweet taste to it.
Boy, that is weird.
Isn't that good though? By the way, you can't find these out in the wilderness.
I'll do that again. That is awesome. What? That don't make any sense here. Put them together.
Little lion.
Yeah, just put them together. Eat your lion and your Greenbrier, Daddy.
I have no words.
Don't let me forget to tell you that joke.
Okay, what is it?
It's kind of long. It takes
Kind of long.
It takes a minute, yeah.
Keep with it.
Okay, so there's two blind pilots.
Mhm.
One has a guide dog, one has a cane. They're late, so the passengers see them getting onto the plane. They go into the cockpit, and the passengers are like, man, our flight has already been delayed once. This has got to be a practical joke, and this is just not the time for it. So they sit there, and they're like, when are they going to get off? When are we having the real pilots get on? So the plane starts to taxi, and they're like, oh my god, these guys are going to fly this plane. So the passengers get more and more nervous as the speed picks up, and they look out the windows and they see they're headed right for a body of water. As they get closer and closer to the body of water, they're wondering if they're going to take off in time, and they freak out so bad eventually that they scream really loud. Well, right as they would hit the body of water, the plane takes off smoothly and starts rising into the air, and the passengers are like, whew, man, we dodged that one. I guess these guys do know what they're doing. They settle into their movies, their books, their magazines, whatever else they're doing. And meanwhile, in the cockpit, one pilot turns to the other and says, you know, Bobby, one of these days they're going to scream too late and we're all going to die.
They're going to scream too late.
We're all going to die.
That's not good. So how did it land?
Yeah, the joke ends there. We don't know how they land. Maybe that's the one trip voyage.
That's pretty good. In my haste, I forgot to start getting to clean these out, and you can see that all the light green is gone. It's turned to a yellow straw color, and there's not a whole lot, because they're fresh, in there. It cooked down to pretty much nothing. Wash those out in a minute, and you can see see how clear it is. There's not much to it. More than a cupful there. And I already added some sweetener to it. A little bit of stevia and some sugar. Balance it out, because stevia is not great by itself. And that's how it goes. But it sure is a lot sweeter than sugar, so a little bit goes a lot farther. So I pack it back when backpacking. Anyway, we taste, and it tastes pretty darn good. Just others think about it. Just putting the hammocks up.
I'm still being lazy.
Still being lazy? You're doing a good job being lazy.
I know, I'm right at
Yep,
it.
give that a whirl.
Careful. Full. Like the top.
You taking it?
No, you don't
And
take
sip it, Jesse. And tell me what you think.
It's good.
Better than just plain water, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely not plain.
And see, you can make that all summer long, as long as you have a pretty much light getting to the ground. That sorrel will grow about anywhere. Doesn't have much scent, does it?
Are you smelling it?
Yeah, she's sniffing it like an idiot.
It's one.
Ooh, I heard a frog.
It is wine, yeah. Careful, you'll get drunk. It kind of has like that aftertaste, like when you drink really weak mint tea, only it's not mint.
Yeah, herbal tea.
Yeah.
Alright, man.
Yes, I like it. I bet that's over there. It'd be better if it was cold, though.
Oh, that would be
No.
awesome cold.
You don't think so?
I mean,
It would be really good cold.
I think so too. It'd be really awesome cold. We can
Yeah.
make some more at home. Yard full of it.
For real?
Oh yeah.
That'd be
You know.
awesome.
For sure.
Well, y'all have eaten your entire life and never made a shit out of it.
I know. Why did we never think of that?
I'm gonna make
I
some
never told you.
and take it to my boss.
That's a clever idea.
Here.
But anyway, I like it.